Hi, thanks so much again for joining me. Right, I'm going to go straight into it. This morning I woke up to some music playing outside from a boat. That's quite significant, the boat bit. It will come into play at the end of this vid. The boat was playing some music. Admittedly, it was too loud because it meant everyone around the place can hear it. Not very considerate, but there you go. You have to forgive these people because they know not what they do. Anyway, it was Get Back by the Beatles, which it's as if I was meant to hear that and wake up to that this morning. Get Back is the last track on the last album from the biggest band in history, the Beatles. Anyway, it links into everything I've just been speaking about these last few days. It's to do with Joe. Get back, Jojo. Let me just play this little bit and you'll hear it. When it loads. Oh dear. Okay, hopefully we're back online now. Those lyrics, look, get back to where you once belonged. Come on, load. Something tells me they don't want me to record this. Get back, Joe. Okay, let's link Joe back in then. That's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He was the one that had to wake everybody up. Get back. They were having to get back to so-called reality from the dream world. Get back, Joe. We had Joe going back in time in the Looper movie. Get back, Joe. And then we also had Joe Cooper. That's the character's name in Interstellar. He was having to get back from the Tesseract. And he went back to the future, remember? When he comes out of that Tesseract, back into reality, it's like 20, 30 odd years in the future. Can't remember actually how many years in the future it is. But he goes back and it's to the future. That's after he'd figured out the equation that they needed to pass on for gravity. And in that Interstellar movie, it was all about the Lazarus missions. 12 Rangers. 12, the time number. Lazarus coming back, get back, coming back to life. Back to life, soul to soul. See that? Soul, back to reality. Soul to soul, back to life. Lazarus. So we've got the Lazarus missions in Interstellar. Back to life. The Matt Damon character is brought back to life from his cryo tube or whatever it's called. Soul to soul, back to life. Their biggest ever track. Soul to soul. And the Lazarus pit is predominant in the DC universe, specifically with Ra's al Ghul. It brings people back to life. It also prolongs life. Lazarus Pit. She's also linking into Superman, Batman versus Superman. In the Justice League film after that, they bring him back to life in the water, just like a Lazarus Pit, using something very much like a Tesseract, that cube. They're not allowed to call it that because Marvel have already got it. And this is where it connects to Marvel. I saw Captain Marvel yesterday at the cinema. Anyway, back to life. Get back, the Beatles. Get back, Jojo, is the line in that film. In that song. A lot of people as well believe that Paul McCartney was brought back to life after that car crash. Back to life. Get Back, you'll notice, was released 11th of April 1969. 69 the time number. 11th of April, that's the day before the new Brexit deadline. Another vote on the 12th of April. That's the day before, look. You'll notice as well, 1969, how many years ago is that? That's 50 years. 50. People now want to get back into the EU. Back to Article 50. 50 years ago for Get Back, the Beatles. Article 50. To remain in the UK. And the next date we'll hear about that will be that 12th of April. Article 50. Get back in Europe. And there's just the confirmation of that date, April 12th again. You'll notice as well that's 412. That's the Queen's birthday backwards. Getting back to the Queen again. 214. Backwards. Get back. Lazarus. Back to life, soul to soul. Back to reality in Interstellar from the Lazarus missions. Back to reality in Inception with the kick from the dream. And that's what I woke to this morning. The song Get Back. 50 years ago. Article 50. Day before the next vote for Article 50, etc. Okay, this is where it now becomes a spoiler alert, because I'm going back to what I was saying to do with Captain Marvel that I watched yesterday at the cinema. Please stop watching this video if you don't want to know some major plot sequences in this film. Okay, just stop watching. Okay, it was set in 1995 when she goes back to Earth. 1995. It's 24 years ago. 24, obviously hours per day, isn't it? It's also 2 times 12. 212. Spoke about that. It's the 12 reflector. It's also 110 days plus 102 days, which was in the last video. April 20th. Accidental error on purpose. Going to April 12th. 2/12/24. That's when it was set in 95. So 24 years ago for present day. 42 backwards. 42 is pi as well. 3 times 14. Pi. 42 becomes very significant in a minute. And this is where it blew my mind in the cinema. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. But back to Captain Marvel. It turns out that one of the most significant characters in the whole film isn't actually human, it's a cat. He's identical to mine. Just a reminder for people who aren't aware. It's my icon, of course, for my channel. It always has been, pretty much. It's my cat Chuck. And again, spoiler alert, I've already said it, but please, if you don't want to know one of the major bits in this film, stop watching again now. It links back into what I was talking about a few days ago. Okay, I'm going to give full credit to this channel here for this clip, Superhero Comics Takeover. I'll leave the link underneath. Thanks so much for letting me just use this very quickly.
Alright, so the next little mini after credit scene features Goose, who happens to be a Flurkin, or whatever that is, and he had swallowed the Tesseract, so...
Did you hear that? That's correct. Goose, the cat's name in the film, swallows the Tesseract. It's incredible, isn't it? He looks identical to my cat. I was only talking about Tesseracts a few days ago. I had no clue what the plot of this film was. Absolutely none. I didn't know when it was set. I didn't know any of the characters. I didn't know who was going to be in it. I'd seen a bit of a trailer. So I knew Nick Fury was in there. He swallows the Tesseract. The cat does. Again, Tesseract was in the Interstellar movie. 4D cube. It's just a reminder of some of the scenes from that Tesseract in Interstellar. Again, Lazarus mission, we've already spoke about. Cooper comes back to life pretty much. He goes into that event horizon and he comes back to life, possibly as a second version of himself that's already in a separate parallel dimension in the first place. That's getting a bit too complex for this video. Tesseract is in Captain Marvel. The cat, just like mine, swallows it. In the end little cutscene, he apparently chucks it back up. I didn't stop to see the very last bit. Chucks it up. Chuck is the name of my cat. And it doesn't end there either, because it's also how Nick Fury loses his eye, his left eye. Goose scratches him in it. That's how he loses his eye. Again, sorry if you didn't get the spoiler alert, but that's it. That's how he loses his eye. Nick Fury. Which links into a channel that I only just discovered yesterday, called One-Eyed Jacks. How you doing, brother? Thanks so much for your comment on my video that allowed me to then find your channel. You're doing some amazing work. And that links back in to the 42 degrees, the 42, reverse of 24. Captain Marvel is set in 1995, 24 years ago. Backwards, get back. Backwards, that's 42. 42 degrees is the angle which we see rainbows. 42 degrees. Look at that, 42nd Infantry Division. That's their logo, the rainbow. Look at their motto as well. Never forget. It's about memories, never forgetting. 42 degrees for the rainbow. Links in with what One-Eyed Jack's channel does really well in these videos. It talks about the rainbow. Never realise how big it is. Rainbow and Kubrick connection. 42 degrees. But it also reminded me, again, of linking in with never forget. It's remembering stuff in the past that all connects to it. There was a song called Gravity's Rainbow by a band called Klaxons. Let me just show you that. So it was like a twin cover Claxon's Myths of the Near Future. Again, no coincidences. Myths of the Near Future. It's a double-sided cover. Sorry. Very much, obviously, symbolism all over. You've only got to see their logo to know that they were in the club. They knew about this future. And they did a track called Gravity's Rainbow. There it is. I'll just leave that to be paused. And you can see it. Gravity's Rainbow. And I just want to loop it all back round. Of course. To that line there. All ships of sense on hyper ocean. All kites of chaos still in motion. Ships. It was the boat that woke me up this morning with Get Back playing from it. Get Back. Jojo. Joe Cooper from Interstellar. Joe is also Superman's middle name, Clark Kent's. He was brought back to life in the Lazarus Pit style with a Tesseract cube. Ah, Get Back. And it's the boat as well, because that's what One-Eyed Jacks talks about. Again, One-Eyed Jacks. The cat in Captain Marvel. He scratches Nick Fury's eye to get one eye. He becomes a One-Eyed Jack. It's all about the boat and the Philadelphia experiment and the rainbow. That's what he talks about. One-Eyed Jack's channel. Boat. All ships of sense on hyper ocean. Gravity's rainbow. Gravity rainbow. Gravity. That's what they have to solve in that movie, Interstellar. Gravity, move it. Gravity's rainbow. Gravity also in the Interstellar, with him having to solve the issue of gravity to wake everybody up. And there he is trying to figure it out. How is he going to solve it? Because it's all starting to go upside down, as above and so below it. Tesseract style. Tesseract. I couldn't believe it. I hope it's come across pretty clear in the way I've put this video together. It's been quite difficult to really get it all over the way I want to. But thanks for bearing with me with it. Take care.